And a former U.S. Senator now joining the race to become Georgia's next governor. How this could impact the Republican Party and who is already endorsing David Perdue.
Well, good Tuesday morning. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:30 a.m. on this December the 7th. Might I say, this Tuesday morning, it's looking good on you, Central Georgia. I'm Wanye Reyes.
And I'm Caitlin Heck. Of course, it is looking good right now, but I know, Courtney, that is going to change as we go through the day.
That's right. Yeah, another unsettled day on the way for today. So you are going to want to have the umbrella or the raincoat, all of the above, as we are not only going to stay unsettled today, but really for the rest of this week. In the meantime, a quiet start to the day, but it is chilly out there. 49 in the city of Macon. North wind at 6, so it feels more like 47 degrees. That north wind is indicating that drier and cooler air starting to spill in behind our front that moved through very slowly late last night. So you can see that cold air is very slowly moving into the area. If you are north and west of Macon, you're much colder. 39 in Monticello. We're at 41 in Thomaston, 49 in Warner Robins. But then notice you're at 55 in Eastman, 61 in Vidalia, and 58 in McRae. So quite the temperature spread to get the day going. In fact, you can see where that cold air is already ushered in thanks to the fact that places like Thomaston are 12 degrees cooler. And then in Dublin, you're 10 degrees warmer to start the morning. And that's just thanks to the fact that the clouds took a little while to clear in our southeastern counties. And of course, that cold air just not there yet. Now we're dry now. That's going to change today, and like I said, rain is in the forecast for most of the 7-day. Those details are in just a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Courtney. Right now, a Macon man is in critical condition after a shooting on Bloomfield Road. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says it happened in the 5700 block just before 9:30 last night.
Deputies say someone shot 28-year-old Shamond Evans while he was outside a house. Investigators continue looking into the case, and right now there's no information on a possible shooter. Well, it may not be in the cards for gambling machines to go up at certain spots around Macon.
Well, today, Bibb County commissioners plan to consider tighter restrictions on stores with coin-operated gambling machines, also known as COAMs. If approved, the machines cannot be within 100 yards of certain buildings. That includes any church, public library, recreation center, alcohol treatment center, or housing authority property. Now,
the county also would not allow those machines within 200 yards of any school or college campus. Commissioner Virgil Watkins proposed the ordinance.
Myself, the county commission, the mayor, I think also planning and zoning, all have taken note that something going on with COAM gaming and convenience stores is a bit out of hand in our community, and trying to provide regulation and oversight to bring some more accountability to the industry with the idea to help our citizens, again, live better lives.
Watkins says businesses that already have these machines within these distances are allowed to operate, but if they apply for a new license or the business changes ownership after December the 15th, they would not be allowed a COAM.
Now, under the ordinance, violators could face a fine of at least $500 per day. Commissioners meet starting at 5 this afternoon.
The way Warner Robins handles its payroll could now change. Yesterday, City Council passed a motion to outsource it. Councilman Derek Mack says the city's payroll department works really hard, but is a little outdated. He says outsourcing will help with pay problems the city has had in the past. And Mack says the city administrator has already vetted several companies.
Well, council also worked on a few other items. That includes possibly moving $10,000 from the general fund to help fund recreational activity scholarships for the North Houston Sports Complex. That facility opened back in June. Mayor Randy Tom says council tabled the ordinance. They'll bring it back up at their next meeting.
I'm David Perdue. I'm running for governor to make sure Stacey Abrams is never governor of Georgia.
Turning to election news, to the field to become Georgia's next governor now features former U.S. Senator David Perdue. He released a video message on Twitter yesterday formally announcing his bid for the Peach State's top leadership position.
This comes days after Democrat Stacey Abrams said she would launch a second campaign for governor. Perdue says he wants to stop her from reaching the governor's office. He also made it clear he will try to unseat fellow Republican and current governor Brian Kemp.
Unfortunately, today, we are divided, and Brian Kemp and Brad Raffensperger are to blame. Look, I like Brian. This isn't personal. It's simple. He has failed all of us and cannot win in November.
Former President Donald Trump is already putting his support behind Perdue. He says it's great to see that David Perdue is running for governor of Georgia.
And he goes on to say Perdue has his complete and total endorsement. Trump says Perdue is the only candidate who can beat Abrams.
The former president also criticized Governor Kemp, saying he failed Georgia and has been a very weak governor. Former State Representative Vernon Jones is another figure in the race for governor. The former DeKalb County Democrat endorsed then President Donald Trump's re-election campaign last year.
And then at the start of this year, he officially made the move to the Republican Party. Jones announced his run for the governor's office back in April.
Well, this morning we're taking a closer look at the impact the race could have on the state GOP. Political analysts already predict that this race will be both ugly and costly for the state Republican Party.
Our Republican strategist Brian Robinson says Perdue is setting his sights on Georgia primary election voters, some of the most conservative in the country. He says the announcement could have a big impact on Kemp's fundraising.
A lot of Kemp's donors are Perdue donors. They're going after the same people. Their networks are the same people. Those people now have to choose. So that does reduce Brian Kemp's pool to some degree.
Robinson says the race may be the most watched in the country and one that could fracture an already divided state Republican Party even more.
This is going to be a very emotional campaign. It's going to be nasty, and it's going to be destructive. I will tell you, there will be a lot of personal relationships that will never mend after this year. It will be that bad.
Party primaries in the governor's race are this upcoming May. The winner will face the Democratic primary winner.
Stacey Abrams is the only candidate so far on that ticket. The general election is next November. Time is now 6:36. Man, I haven't had my rain jacket and my umbrella in so long, and now it's going to be like my main accessory for the week.
That's right. I had to search for my umbrella. It was tucked like underneath my car seat. You know, it had shifted in flight a little bit.
Because we haven't needed it.
Yeah, we haven't.
I'm enjoying the rain, though. The only thing that kind of freaked me out, Courtney, and I know you warned us. I'm out in West Macon now. I saw some lightning come down, and I had to do like a double take. I was like, whoa, like, I didn't know about all this.
Right, what's going on outside? Yeah, we haven't experienced thunderstorms in quite some time. It was a really pleasant sound, though, to me. I enjoy storms, especially when they're not severe, when you could just kind of roll right along the evening and hear some rumbles of thunder and some nice rain falling on your roof. It's all a good thing. All right, everybody, and speaking of the rain, in Macon yesterday at the airport where our rain gauge is for the National Weather Service to record it, we picked up 0.32 inches of rain. And now, mind you, that was just yesterday, and in the whole month of November, we picked up 0.29 inches of rain. So in just one single day, really in just the course of a few hours, we picked up more rain than the entire month of November offered us, which really is so welcomed. We could use it. The ground, of course, was so dry. We had all of that fire danger out there as well throughout the end of November. And now with this rain in play, we don't need to worry about that. But of course, you are going to need to worry about your drive to and from work with rain being in the forecast for that. But we will take it. Just pack your patience over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow. We're going to talk about why in just a couple of minutes here. So you're looking live on top of Houston Medical Center in Warner Robins. Quite a few people making their way out and about over Watson Boulevard here, heading out to work and school on this Tuesday. We have made it past Monday, everyone. 49 right now in the city of Warner Robins. Notice north-northwest wind at 6. It's making it feel more like 47 degrees. So it is a little bit breezy out there this morning, and that cold air is really starting to usher in our northwestern counties. That front moved through very slowly. Of course, it packed a punch when it did roll through. We had some very heavy downpours, of course, a few thunderstorms, but now that cold air is kind of taking its sweet time to roll on in. You can see in Monticello, you're at 39 degrees. You might need the coat in Monticello, and then as you head down towards McRae, you're at 58 degrees, so maybe just a light jacket there. Overall, quite the temperature spread. We're at 41 in Thomaston, 49 in Macon, 55 in Unadilla, and 48 in Gordon, 56 in Sandersville. Here is the front still sitting to our south, and that's where it's going to stay. It's going to stall there. That's simply going to leave us unsettled today. High pressure to our northwest, or our northeast, excuse me. That's going to pull in some cooler air, so that's going to keep our temperatures topped around 60 today. Now, I do want to bring your attention down to this low that's off the Gulf. That's going to continue to push off to the east, pull with it lots of Gulf moisture, and leave us with quite the widespread rain chance for tomorrow. But of course, let's take you through today. We have to get through that first before we can head into Wednesday. A few showers will roll on in maybe as we head into the late morning. We should stay dry for your morning drive. And then as we head into the afternoon and evening, we'll keep that chance for just a few isolated showers. Most of our rain today should be pretty light, but we could have a few downpours start to pick up a little bit more as we head into the afternoon. Through the overnight, we'll keep that rain chance going. That's all going to be ahead of that next weather system with that low that's over the Gulf. And that could leave us with some heavier downpours just in time for that morning drive tomorrow. Temperature-wise today, again, upper 50s near 60, low 60s if you are south of Macon. As we head through the overnight, we'll have around a 40s north of Macon, a little warmer still if you're south of Macon for the day in the low 50s. Now again, here comes that low. We'll take you a little closer to home. As we head through the overnight hours, rain will continue. So the roads are going to be wet regardless of the fact that we're going to have physical rain falling tomorrow morning. So we're just going to add on to that for the morning drive by 7 o'clock. Heavier downpours possible. Good news is it gets out of the way by lunchtime, so that ride home from work and school tomorrow looks a lot better than the ride to work and school. Smaller rain chance Thursday will still stay in the 60s, back in the 70s to round out the week and kick off the weekend. Rain and storms for Saturday. We'll watch for severe weather. It's not likely right now, but then we're dry and cold by Monday.